Hello everyone, I am Juliet and you have joined me here in the studio at Spoilt Rotten Beads, where I'm going to show you how to make one of these lovely interchangeable bangles using Swarovski crystals and Czechoslovakian glass vintage style beads. They're really pretty, they do sparkle, and you can have lots of fun playing with these because they are interchangeable, so you can make yourselves one bangle and then just change your focal piece to match your outfit. They're really simple and easy to make. I'm going to show you everything that you need to get started. All of the components and the tools I'm using today you can buy over on our website www.spoiltrottenbeads.co.uk, and we do ship all over the world, so if you are watching this video from outside of the United Kingdom, then don't worry because we'll ship to you all over the world. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so here is one of the bangles close up, and you can see how they're interchangeable because you can just slide the jump rings off the loops on the bangle and then add another focal piece to your bangle in exactly the same way, just by sliding it on these jump rings here. So you can really have lots of fun playing around with these and making yourself lots of different focal points to go onto your bangles. They're a great way to use up any odds and ends because you only need one bead for the focal point there, so you can really just use up your odds and ends. But we have used these beautiful handmade Czechoslovakian glass and Swarovski crystals for ours, which I think you'll agree are really pretty. And just before I get making, I do want to just show you this one, which is exactly the same technique, but we've used this nice silver plated connector here. You do need to use 2 jump rings when you're doing that, because if you don't use 2 jump rings you'll find that the connector won't sit properly, but you can see how you don't just have to use beads, you can use a nice connector as well. And we've got some really lovely colorways here too. And something I'm going to show you on another video is how you can also create one of these little herringbone connectors, and in exactly the same way you can use those on your bangle too, so you can make these lovely herringbone wraps. But I'm going to show you how to make those on another video, so keep an eye out for that video on our YouTube channel and our website, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, so I think that's all the talking that I need to do before we get making. So I'm just going to show you the components that I have got here. So these are my beads. So I've got 2 6mm Swarovski crystals and 2 4mm Swarovski crystals. I've got this lovely Czech bead here that I'm going to use as one of my focal points. I've got 2 open jump rings here, and these are 7mm open jump rings. I have got some 0.6mm rose gold plated wire here, and I've also got some flat rose gold plated wire, and that's what we use to make this nice bangle shape here. In terms of tools, you'll need round nose pliers, you'll need chain nose pliers, and you will also need one of these brass cuffs. And these brass cuffs, we use a lot of these in bead embroidery and soutache, because we will cover them in ultra suede and bead over the top of them. But we're going to use this cuff today as a former to make our bangles with. So that's what we're going to need first of all. So the first thing we need to do is to take the cuff and your flat wire, and this is 24 centimeters of flat wire that I've got here, and you can just grip your flat wire on the center of your cuff and just bend it around and use your cuff, as I say, like a former there, just to make that nice cuff shape like so. If you've not got a cuff or you don't want an oval shape like this, then you can maybe use a glass or a mug to make a more of a round kind of bangle shape, but I quite like this cuff shape, so that's what I'm starting off with today. So you're just using this like a former. Then what you need to do is to take your round nose pliers and grip your flat copper wire right up close to the edge of the wire, like so. So it's really up close, and I'm using the quite close to the tip of my round nose pliers there. And you just need to turn a little loop like that on your cuff. And then insert the wire into your pliers like so, pushing it right down against the fat edge of your pliers. And now I'm bending the main part of the cuff around the pliers like so. I'll slide that out, and there is that little hook shape, and you can see that that's just one side of my cuff already finished there. And at this stage I'm just going to put it onto my wrist. I want to just check the sizing there, so I'm going to put this onto my wrist and think, actually this is going to be a little bit big for me, so I'm going to trim off some of my wire. And you just have to remember that as you make this little cuff, this little hook here, it will get shorter, so don't trim off too much. But I've just trimmed off a little bit, and then I shall repeat that process on the other side. So again, I'm gripping up close to the edge of the wire there and just turning a loop like so, and then pop that loop into the end of my round nose pliers right up close to the fat edge there, and I'm bending this down now into the middle, and there you can see is both of my sort of my shepherd hook ends. And now you can bring back in your cuff, and you can once again just use that like a former just to make sure that you get it back into shape again, because with all that twisting and things you've gotten it out of shape a little bit. But there's my basic cuff. You can see it's really quick and easy to make. So all I need to do now is to make my little connector to attach to my cuff. So to do that, take your round nose pliers and around about 2 centimeters from the end of the wire, just put in a little turn and make a wire wrapped loop. So I've made a loop, and now I'm going to grip that loop with my chain nose pliers and wrap the tail of wire around. And I'm just going to wrap it around 3 times. I'm going to remember that I've wrapped it around 3 times so that I remember to wrap it around 3 times on the other side of my connector. Trim off my tail of wire and use your chain nose pliers just to squash the end there so that you don't have any sharp edges. Now I can thread on my beads. So I'm starting off with a 4mm Swarovski, and then I'm going to have a 6mm Swarovski, and then my lovely focal, my check focal bead there, 6mm Swarovski and a 4mm Swarovski, like so. And now again I'm going to take my round nose pliers and about 1 millimeter or so from the edge of the last bead there, I'm going to pop in a little turn and make another loop. Like so. Grip that loop with my chain nose pliers and wrap off the tail. Again, trying to get 3 wraps in there so that it matches up with the other side of my piece. Trim off my tail, and again just making sure that I don't chip that crystal, just gently squash down any sharp edges. And we're nearly there now. All I need to do now is to take my jump rings and add those onto the connector. So to do that, I'm going to use 2 pairs of chain nose pliers. I'm just twisting the jump ring open. You see how I twisted it open? I didn't pull it apart, I just put a twist in it there. I can put that onto my beaded connector and twist it closed again. Do the same thing on the other side, twist it open, pop it onto the other side of the connector and twist it closed. And there is my connector ready to go onto my bangle. So you can just slide it on, and if you want to, you can just squish one side of the bangle down a little bit so that it's more secure, but you won't find that these come off while you're wearing them. Pop the other side on, and there is my lovely interchangeable bangle, and there's a few different colorways I've got here. I'll bring them all into shot, and you can see how you can really have great fun playing around with this design. We're making this into some kits, so do head over to our website www.spoiledrottenbeads.co.uk, where you will be able to buy the kit. And please do leave your comments below. Let us know what you think of our videos, and share your makes with us on our Facebook page, because we do love to see what you're all up to. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.